So hello everyone, how you guys are doing? A very good afternoon to all of you, and we will be starting in next 2 to 3 minutes. Just let me adjust to the surrounding, and we'll be starting very shortly. Don't worry, we will be starting very shortly. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I think that sound is also clear. ठीक है, जल्दी से बाकी लोग, we'll wait for other people to join, and I know that like lesser number of people will be joining today because of the reason, क्योंकि कल क्या था ना, जो टूल ज्योमेट्री वाला पार्ट होता है ना, it is actually really very difficult. I have told you many a times that जो now the metal cutting part will be very easy for you. Believe me, you won't be finding any difficulty in metal cutting part. You won't be finding any difficulty in metal cutting part. Okay, okay. So now what happens once all of the people who have understood this particular part, okay, all of the people who have understood this particular part, that what is tool geometry, and now it is not necessary that you understood each and every angle. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको सारे एंगल समझ में आए, but yes, you should be confined to the syllabus, and at the same time you should be dedicated to complete the syllabus. I know it will be really very difficult for you to understand, and in 2D it is actually very difficult to make you understand the tool geometry. But yes, you are slowly one after the other, you would be getting different type of videos that you will be that will help you to understand the topic in a better way. Secondly, when you solve more number of questions, okay, it will again help you to understand the topic in much better way. Lastly, when you complete the metal cutting now, then you realize what is tool geometry and which angles you need to keep in mind and which angles are not important. Okay, now very important. Okay, tool geometry was the most difficult part, and now we are done with the tool geometry part. We are done with the tool geometry part. Okay, I'll not like pull you more towards tool geometry. I know it, that was really tough yesterday. Okay, so देखते हैं अब क्या करना है, बाकी जल्दी से लोगों को ज्वाइन इन करवा लो, एंड देन वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग विद द लेक्चर. Yes. So hello everyone, my name is Prakhar Srivastav. I have secured All India third rank in GATE 2016. Then I took admission into IIT Bombay, and the other offers that have been that I got are critically clearly visible on your screen. And currently I'm having experience of teaching more than 22,000 students online, and this particular course, in this particular course we will be dealing with the feeling of metal cutting. What is metal cutting, how the question is framed in the examination. Because see, if you know how to frame the question, it would be very easy for you to attempt the question and give the answer. And that's why I'm saying, I know some parts will be difficult, some parts will be boring too, okay, and at the same time some part you won't be understanding. That is absolutely clear, but it doesn't mean that you leave the topic. It doesn't mean that you leave the topic. ठीक है, आप क्या गेट की प्रिपरेशन छोड़ देंगे कुछ नहीं समझ में आया? यू शुड स्ट्रैटेजाइज योर प्रिपरेशन. ठीक है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मशीन डिजाइन में मुझे कुछ पार्ट समझ में नहीं आता था. आई लेफ्ट दैट पार्ट बिकॉज आई फाउंड इट टू बी इजी, कि यार छोड़ दो, बाकी जगह ध्यान लगाते वो ज्यादा इजी है. तो एक आध टॉपिक दैट यू फील दैट इट इज यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद, you can leave it at any point of time. You can leave it at any point of time. Is it clear? But don't leave the entire syllabus. आपको क्या लगता है बहुत डिफिकल्ट सिलेबस है, आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू कवर, इसको बाद में देखेंगे? नो, इट डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट वे. इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे. यू गाइज हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. ठीक है, टूल ज्योमेट्री मैंने स्टार्ट करते वक्त ही बता दिया था दैट इट इज डिफिकल्ट. ठीक है, मैंने स्टार्ट करते वक्त ही बता दिया था that it is difficult, but still you people are getting into the feeling यार टूल ज्योमेट्री नहीं समझ में आएगा यार. The most difficult topic of entire manufacturing. So don't get demotivated. My only point is don't get demotivated. अगर आप डिमोटिवेट हो जाएंगे तो कैसे चलेगा, कैसे एग्जाम निकालोगे यार? एक ऑफिसर डिमोटिवेट होता है क्या? You guys are preparing yourself to be management trainees. You guys are preparing yourself to be some of the great researchers of upcoming times. you are preparing yourself to be officers in like some great PSUs, ठीक है, आप ओनरशिप लेने की कगार पे हैं, ठीक है, गेट क्यों निकाल रहे हैं, क्योंकि आपकी एक ऐसी जॉब लगेगी जहां पे आप लीडरशिप पोजीशन पे रहेंगे, एंड इफ यू कैन नॉट हैंडल प्रेशर, how it is going to work. So the today's class I'm going to start with just one phrase, that you have to have calm and composed nature. अगर आपका calm and composed nature नहीं है ना, आप नहीं कर सकते कुछ, बहुत दिक्कतें आएंगी, बहुत सारी चीजें होंगी लाइफ में कि लगेगा कि यार ये नहीं हो सकता, वो नहीं हो सकता, परेशान होने के लिए आपको 10 टॉपिक मिल जाएंगे, बट इट डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट वे, ठीक है। तो अपने आप को ट्रेन कीजिए, अपने आप को, यू हैव टू ट्रेन योरसेल्फ कि ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ये नहीं हुआ अगला कर लेंगे, कभी और कर लेंगे। इज इट क्लियर? तो आई एम गुड टू गो विद द लेक्चर। सो वेलकम एवरीवन, एंड वी आर डिस्कसिंग द टॉपिक ऑफ मशीनिंग एंड मशीन टूल्स, which is a sub heading under manufacturing, and it is the most important topic of manufacturing, ठीक है। चलो, सो अ स्मॉल अनाउंसमेंट क्या, ये तो आपको वैसे पता चल ही गया होगा, सिलेबस हमने देख लिया था, आई एम नॉट गोइंग डिगिंग डीप इनटू द सिलेबस टुडे आल्सो, कल हमने डिटेल में देखा था सिलेबस। नाउ गेट ऑफ थ्रोन्स, ठीक है, गेट ऑफ थ्रोन्स इज अ कंपटीशन दैट इज गोइंग टू हेल्ड ऑन लाइक 10th of October from 11 AM. Different branches are there, so I want every one of you to participate in that particular thing also, ठीक है। जो competitions हो रहे हैं ना, देखो हारना जीतना तो बात की बात है, if you are not participating, you are not confident. You two things you have to have in life: one, confidence; second, motivation, because nobody else can motivate you or give you confidence, ठीक है। You have to build up your confidence, you have to build up your confidence. Is it okay? I want every one of you to prepare, ठीक है। चलो, इसके बाद क्या करना था, हाँ, सो इन द लास्ट लेक्चर वी आर डन विथ सम एंगल्स ऑफ टूल्स। इज इट क्लियर? वी वर डन विथ टूल जियोमेट्री, ठीक है। टूल जियोमेट्री के हमने कुछ एंगल्स देखे थे। लेट मी गो टू दैट स्लाइड, ये। सो ऑल ऑफ यू नाउ अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ बैकरेक एंगल। दिस वॉज बैकरेक एंगल। I am still saying most difficult part, try to understand. If you understand, well and good. If you don't understand, again see the lecture, again ask the doubt, see the, like you can say, illustration videos that I am putting on my Telegram channel, ठीक है। everything will be provided to you, but just have patience, is it clear? चलो, so this was back rake angle, all of you understood. Side rake angle I have told you, back rake angle and an inclination, this was side rake angle। नहीं समझ में आया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आएगा। End relief angle I have already told you, that is the elastic recovery might damage the tool as well as the surface finish of the workpiece, so that is why end relief angle. Side relief angle also I have explained you, that is the side part that got cut, it might have an elastic expansion, ठीक है, elastic recovery you can say. So side wall का जो texture है वो खराब हो सकता है, the surface finish of side wall may ruin, so that is why side relief angle is provided. Then I have already told you what is end cutting edge angle, what is side cutting edge angle, and what is nose radius. Is there anyone who is not able to understand? Are these 7 topics clear to all of you? I want every one of you to comment. Is this thing clear? इसके अलावा I'll give you a video regarding ORS, ठीक है, मैं ग्रुप में वीडियो डाल दूंगा regarding ORS, and you will understand all these angles, ठीक है, all these angles. It is very important for you, because उसके बिना मैं समझा नहीं पाऊंगा। तो first I will give you video and then we can discuss, but for now tool signature क्या होता है अब ये समझते हैं। So we have to start from tool signature. What is tool signature, guys? It is nothing but naming of tool. Suppose my name is Prakhar, my brother's name is Shubham, one is Satyam, someone else is there, suppose Karthik. No, now these people are having name, all of us have a unique name. Now if you want to perform the cutting, you require different tools, You require different tools. Okay, and now there will be a milling tool, drilling tool, broaching tool, grinding tool. Okay, within milling tool or within drilling tool, you have different diameters. So every tool is having one particular name. Every tool is having one particular name. ठीक है, रुक जाओ, मैं सारे ग्रुप बता दूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मैंने अभी कहीं कुछ नहीं डाला है, मैं बस इसी की बात कर रहा हूं। ठीक है, इसकी बात कर रहा हूं, आप इसको सर्च कर लो, सब मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, नाउ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो टूल सिग्नेचर इज नथिंग, टूल सिग्नेचर इज नथिंग बट अ नेमिंग, टाइप ऑफ नेमिंग। एवरी टूल शुड हैव अ यूनिक नेम because the performance or the like function that tool has to perform is unique. एक टूल का जो काम है, एक टूल को जो काम करना है वो बहुत ज्यादा यूनिक होता है। ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाई एवरी टूल शुड हैव डिफरेंट नेम. Suppose this tool is having 20-degree back rake angle and this tool is having 30-degree back rake angle. Both of them are different. So that is why there is two type of naming system. There is two type of naming system. One, the first one is American Standard System, that is ASA system. And the second one is orthogonal rake system, which is commonly known as ORS system. Is it clear? Please note it down in your notebook. Now tool signature is given in two ways. Either I can show it through ASA or I can show it through ORS. Suppose I am saying this 20-degree, 40-degree, 10-degree, 30-degree, 60-degree, 40-degree and 5. So now, and I am saying that this is ASA system. I am saying that this is ASA system. So can you identify that first value is back rake angle, second value is side rake angle, third value is end relief angle, and so on. And last value is nose radius. This is nose radius. This is nose radius. This is nose radius. Is it clear to all of you? This is nose radius. This is nose radius. So suppose I am giving you a name like this. I am giving you that tool is used. Tool A is used. Tool A is used, whose naming is done in this manner. So now, is it necessary for me to give you separate angle? No. Already I have told you that ASA naming, according to ASA naming, a tool is named like this. So आप बता सकते हो, अच्छा back rake angle will be this, ठीक है, side rake angle will be this, end relief angle will be this, side relief angle will be this, end cutting edge angle will be this, side cutting edge angle will be this, nose radius will be this. So automatically, as soon as I have told you that ASA system is this is ASA system, this is ASA system, automatically you will get all the values. Yes or no? Yes or no? जल्दी बताओ रे बाबा, यस और नो, यस और नो, यस और नो. सो बस अभी देखो, ऑर्थोगोनल रेक सिस्टम मैंने नहीं पढ़ाया है, ठीक है. इट माइट बी पॉसिबल दैट यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड सर्टेन टर्म्स इन ओआरएस सिस्टम. दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. मुझे पता है अगर ओआरएस सिस्टम पढ़ाऊंगा कल और कम बच्चे आएंगे, क्योंकि आप झेल नहीं पाओगे इतना ज्यादा. ठीक है, तो आज हम फोर्स एनालिसिस स्टार्ट करेंगे, इसलिए आज फोर्स एनालिसिस की क्लास है. ठीक है, इज दिस थिंग क्लियर? Is this thing clear? I hope that this is clear to all of you. Now, sir, please tell us how we can get, you can, like, आपको ये पता लगाना पड़ेगा ना, that how you can get the value, how you can identify that, sir, whether this is ORS system or ASA system. How we are going to identify कि सर ये ORS system का नाम है कि ASA system है? Because in both the values we are having 6 angles, one numeric, like one linear dimension. ठीक है, 6 angle, one linear dimension. How we can identify whether one is an ASA system or ORS system? सर ये पता कैसे चलेगा कि ASA system है कि ORS system है? सर ये पता कैसे चलेगा कि ASA system है कि ORS system है? तो ध्यान से देखो एंड लिखो ये. अच्छा ये बताओ, मैं आपको ये वैल्यू दे रहा हूं, ठीक है, मैं आपको बहुत सिंपल सी बात बोल रहा हूं. अब मैंने आपको कुछ नहीं किया, यहां पर मैंने इसको हटाया. सबसे पहले तो ये ASA नहीं है, मैंने बताया नहीं आपको ASA है ये, ठीक है. अब मैंने बोला दिस इज 10 डिग्री, अच्छा बेटा बताओ अब ये एएससी सिस्टम है कि ओआरएस सिस्टम है? प्लीज टेल मी बेटा, दिस इज एएससी सिस्टम और ओआरएस सिस्टम? Can anybody tell me whether it is ASA system or ORS system? Yes, sir, I can tell you. How? You need to check second last value. Check second last value of tool signature. If it is less than 30 degree, if it is less than 30 degrees, it is ASA system. And if it is approximately more than 60 degrees, it is ORS system. ठीक है? एंड इन बिटवीन आपका कुछ भी हो सकता है, बट जनरली वो केस नहीं आएगा. इज इट क्लियर? सो नाउ जस्ट बाय सीइंग द टूल सिग्नेचर, कैन यू टेल मी वेदर इट इज एन एएसए सिस्टम और ओआरएस सिस्टम? यस. तो देखो, इन दिस सेकेंड लास्ट वैल्यू इज 10 डिग्री. यस सर, 10 डिग्री, इट इज लेस देन 30. तो दिस माइट बी एएसए सिस्टम. This might be ASA system. Is this thing clear to all of you? Is this thing clear to all of you? Why? Because ये जो side cutting edge angle होता है ना, usually the value of side cutting edge angle is between 15 to 35 degree only. ठीक है? So that is why whenever side cutting edge angle will be given, it will be somewhere around 10, 15, 20, 30 degrees, and the value of approach angle is approximately 80 to 90 degrees. Is it clear? So that is why clearly by seeing the tool signature, you can tell me that whether it is ASA system or ORS system. ठीक है? ASA system और ORS system. Is this thing clear to all of you? टूल सिग्नेचर में यहां तक समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, ये बताओ. टूल सिग्नेचर में यहां तक समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, ये बताओ. ठीक है? अब सर एक और चीज बता दो सर, रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन एएसए एंड ओआरएस सिस्टम. रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन एएसए एंड ओआरएस सिस्टम. तो देखो, बस 10 मिनट का और टॉपिक है, उसके बाद दी मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फॉर गेट चालू होने वाला है. दैट इज मर्चेंट सर्कल, फोर्स एनालिसिस, पावर एनालिसिस. हैव पेशेंस. कोई अगर बोर हो रहे हो तो बता दो, हमारे पास बहुत बातें हैं. आप कितनी बकवास बोलोगे मैं कर लूंगा, जिस टॉपिक पे बोलोगे उस टॉपिक पे मैं कर लूंगा. ठीक है? इज दिस थिंग क्लियर? नाउ द फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला इज tan ऑफ इंक्लिनेशन एंगल. ये जो इंक्लिनेशन एंगल होता है ना, आई एन भी बोलते हैं कई लोग इसे, tan ऑफ इंक्लिनेशन एंगल is equal to tan of inclination angle is equal to cos of side cutting edge angle, tan of back rake angle minus sin of side cutting edge angle. बस फॉर्मूला याद रखना, यू नीड टू रिमेंबर द फॉर्मूला. tan of साइड रेक एंगल है, याद रखना. ठीक है? एंड द सेकेंड फॉर्मूला, देखो मैं ये नहीं बता सकता अभी कहां से आया है, बिकॉज मैंने ओआरएस पढ़ाया नहीं है आपको. ठीक है? तो ओआरएस बस नोट डाउन कर लो, मैं समझा दूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. tan ऑफ नॉर्मल रेक एंगल इज इक्वल टू cos of side cutting edge angle, tan of side rake angle plus sin of side rake angle, side cutting edge angle, tan of back rake angle. याद रखना यहां पे वैल्यूज क्या क्या है, प्लीज नोट इट डाउन. I is nothing but inclination angle. I is nothing but inclination angle. Alpha n is nothing but normal rake angle. ठीक है, अल्फा बी इज व्हाट, बैक रेक एंगल। मैं आपको एक वीडियो दूंगा तो जो टर्म्स आपको नहीं पता है ना, इंक्लिनेशन एंगल, नॉर्मल रेक एंगल, एवरीथिंग विल बी क्लियर एंड प्लीज नोट इट डाउन अलोंग विथ मी। अल्फा एस इज साइड रेक एंगल and gamma s is side cutting edge angle। सिंपल फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आते हैं, बिल्कुल सिंपल फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चन। side cutting edge angle, side cutting edge angle, is this thing clear, is this thing clear, is this thing clear? यहां तक सबको समझ में आ गया कि नहीं आया, ये बताओ सबसे पहले तो। यहां तक सबको समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, ये बताओ सबसे पहले तो, yes or no? ठीक है, so this was the topic of tool geometry, this was the topic of tool geometry। ASA we have understood, ORS I will be sending you a video, in that ORS will be clear to you and this is the relationship। अगर दो दो नंबर के क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं, are you able to, will you be able to do it or not? Because from tomorrow afternoon 4 p.m. I am going to place practice session and in that we will be solving numerical previous year question, GATE, ESE, PSUs and all other stuff। ठीक है, so from tomorrow please be ready for 45 more minutes after 4 p.m. Please be ready, from 2:30 to 4 we will be having theoretical lecture, from 4 to 4:45 we will be having practice session। very crystal clear thing, is it clear? Chalo, let us start with today's topic, force and energy in machining। force and energy in machining। यहां तक किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो बता दो, किसी को डाउट हो तो बता दो प्लीज गाइज। इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी डाउट प्लीज लाइक द वीडियो यार, प्लीज लाइक द वीडियो। अगर आपको सही समझ में आ रहा है एंड इफ यू आर रियली एंजॉयिंग इट, प्लीज डू लाइक द वीडियो बिकॉज दैट रियली मोटिवेट्स अस गाइज, दैट्स रियली मोटिवेट्स अस। ठीक है, नाउ very important part guys, very important part, I want all of you to be attentive, I want all of you to be attentive। देखो, here is your tool, please try to understand, and this is your chip, this is your chip that is coming out। दिख रहा है सबको? बिल्कुल दिख रहा है। अब ध्यान से समझना, मैं इस एरिया को जूम करके दिखा रहा हूं, आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस एरिया। ठीक है, सो नाउ इफ यू ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट, दिस इज द बॉन्ड स्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज द बॉन्ड स्ट्रक्चर। प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इन द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे एंड यू नीड नॉट टू गो एनीवेयर एल्स, कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा, जिंदगी भर के लिए दिमाग में रहेगा, पहले समझ लो। दिस इज योर बॉन्ड स्ट्रक्चर। इज इट क्लियर? अब देखो ध्यान से, नाउ if you want to break this bond, if you देखो, if you want to cut, if you want to do metal cutting, if you want to do metal cutting, you require to break these bonds। yes or no? You require to break these bonds, and to break the bonds you have to provide energy, that is all we know। yes or no? तो आपको अगर ये बॉन्ड को, सपोज यहां से मेटल कटिंग करनी है, सो आपको ये 5 बॉन्ड्स को ब्रेक करने के लिए एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करनी पड़ेगी। यस और नो, यस और नो। एंड नाउ ये कटिंग जो है, जब मेरा टूल, द मूवमेंट ऑफ द टूल is in negative x direction, the movement of the tool is in negative x direction, but still the cutting is taking place along this plane. Why beta? Why? Because all of you know that whether the force is applied in any direction, the braking takes place along the weakest plane, and which plane is the weakest plane? Weakest plane? shear plane. Yes. So जब आप एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करेंगे, so crack happens along the shear plane. Crack initiates along shear plane. Crack initiates along shear plane. So can you say that energy is required in this shear zone? Yes or no? Yes or no? You require energy here? Yes. Sir, I require energy here because if I want to cut the work material along the shear plane, I want to break the bonds. अब ये इतने टाइट है, सपोज फॉर एग्जाम्पल दो लोगों में बहुत करनी दोस्ती है, उनकी दोस्ती तोड़वानी है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? यू जस्ट हैव टू पुट इन द मनी। जहां पैसा आया, दोस्ती यारी रिश्तेदारी सब अलग, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड सब अलग, समझ में आया? तो बस सिमिलरली आपको ये देखना है कि वैसे तो ये चीज गलत है, ये चीज गलत है, बट स्टिल आपको ये देखना पड़ेगा जैसे ही एनर्जी मिलती है, ठीक है, फ्रीडम, एनर्जी इज नथिंग बट फ्रीडम, दीज मॉलिक्यूल्स ट्राई टू सेपरेट अवे, ठीक है, these molecules try to separate away, and when we are having sufficient energy to break these bond, when the bond get formed, energy is released. जब बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन होता है तब एनर्जी रिलीज होती है। एंड सिमिलरली इफ आई नीड टू ब्रेक दिस बॉन्ड, ठीक है, now if I want to break this bond, I have to give energy, मुझे एनर्जी देनी पड़ेगी, I need to give energy, ठीक है, that energy will be provided by the manufacturing guy, ठीक है। अरे भाई इतना पावर लगाओ तभी तो ये कटेगा, समझ में आया? तो to cut the workpiece into two parts, you need to break the bond. How you need to break the bond? By providing the energy. So अगर मैं एनर्जी की बात करूं तो the first and primarily the energy is required to break the bond, to cut the workpiece material. Yes or no? इतना समझ में आया कि नहीं आया ये बताओ, क्रिस्टल क्लियरिटी है कि नहीं है ये बता दो। Now guys, yes. अब सर इतनी एनर्जी लगेगी, डू वी रिक्वायर दिस मच अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी ओनली? नहीं, you have to focus here also. See, here the chip is flowing over the tool surface, so there will be some friction here, yes or no? So you require energy to overcome this friction also, so there are two zones. This is the first zone where energy is required, this is the second zone where energy is required. There are two zones where energy is required. तो एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट मुझे पता चल गई, बिकॉज फर्स्ट आई नीड टू एनालाइज हाउ मच एनर्जी इज रिक्वायर्ड, because then only I will put on the switch that अच्छा 200 kilowatt लगाओ, 300 kilowatt लगाओ, 400 kilowatt लगाओ, but first I need to analyze what is the energy required to do the machining, is it clear? So now this zone is known as primary deformation zone, and this is nothing but secondary deformation zone. Secondary deformation zone. Now all of you understand. I am teaching in English only, Chandrasekhar. I think that I am teaching in English only. I hope you are clear till this point. Is it clear? Now, very important part, guys. Very important part. Approximately 70% of the energy is utilized in primary deformation zone to break the bonds. And approximately 30% of the energy is required to overcome friction. Is this thing clear to all of you? Is this thing clear to all of you? Now you know energy is required in two places. At one place, the total, out of total, 70% of the energy is required to break the bond and 30% of the energy approximately is required to overcome the friction. ठीक है? Both of them are approximate values. ये चीज समझ में आई? अब लिखो. Please note it down along with me. The region in which actual breaking of bonds takes place is called primary deformation zone. Primary deformation zone, PDZ, primary deformation zone or shear zone around 70% of total energy. 70% of total energy is consumed in primary deformation zone. And very little heat is generated in primary deformation zone. बहुत कम हीट जनरेट होती है. एनर्जी रिक्वायर्ड टू ब्रेक द बॉन्ड एंड दे सेपरेट. वेरी सिंपल, वेरी सिंपल. इसके बाद लिखो 30% of energy is used to overcome friction present between chip and tool surface. Between chip and tool surface. This obviously जब फ्रिक्शन होगा तो हीट भी जनरेट होगी. Obviously देखो, shear plane is always not the weakest plane, but yes, usually it is the weakest plane. ठीक है, यह आपने सोम के लेक्चर्स में पढ़ा होगा कि shear plane weakest क्यों होता है. ठीक है, यह आपने पढ़ा होगा shear plane weakest क्यों होता है. बिकॉज मतलब एक्साइल, टेंसाइल, मतलब जो टेंसाइल फोर्सेस प्लस shear स्ट्रेस सब कुछ मैक्सिमम होता है. दैट इज व्हाई shear plane is यूजुअली आपका शेयर प्लेन के अलॉन्ग ही कटिंग होती है, दैट इज वाई। ठीक है, यू आर गोइंग इन एब्सोल्युटली राइट डायरेक्शन, दैट इज अ वेरी जेन्युइन डाउट आयुष पाठक, दैट यस हर समय शेयर प्लेन क्या आउट होगी, यस यूजुअली इट इज अराउंड शेयर प्लेन। नाउ दिस लीड टू generation of a lot of heat, obviously friction होगा तो heat generate होगी, a lot of heat. Now 80% of this heat is carried away by the chip. ठीक है, 10% of the heat goes to tool and 10% of heat goes to workpiece approximately. But if there is a question in an exam, which part takes the maximum amount of heat, it is not tool, it is not workpiece, it is the chip. It is the chip that is getting removed. 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 Is it clear? Is this thing clear? Ab, let us move to the analysis part, and from here we start with the numericals. Is there anyone having any doubt till now? Is there anyone having any doubt till now? जल्दी बता दो अगर doubt हो तो, because it is important that you understand. Please let me know if there is any other doubt. Please let me know if there is any other doubt. Please let me know if there is any other doubt. ठीक है, now I am going to start with the analysis part. Now I am going to start with the analysis part. If there is anyone who is not able to understand, please let me know at that point of time only. Please let me know. WP is workpiece. जिसकी कटिंग हो रही है ना, जिस पार्ट की, उसको बोलते हैं वर्कपीस। देखो, नाउ you all know the angle at which shear plane is there with respect to horizontal, that is known as phi. Phi is what? Shear plane angle. 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 ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. All of you understood yesterday that the angle tool surface makes with horizontal, यहां पे आपको वर्टिकल दिख रही है, बट ये वाला जो एंगल होता है, this angle is nothing but back rake angle, alpha b. Yes or no? It will be back rake angle or not? It will be back rake angle or not? It will be back rake angle or not? क्लियरिटी है ना, इसीलिए मैंने कल समझाया था टाइम लेके. मैं चाहता तो डायरेक्टली यहां से स्टार्ट करता, बट नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड व्हाई इट इज बैक रेक एंगल. सर, व्हाई इट इज बैक रेक एंगल? व्हाई इट इज बैक रेक एंगल? व्हाई इट इज बैक रेक एंगल? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let us say this point to be O. This point to be A. ठीक है, O A. And now I am drawing perpendicular on. I am drawing perpendicular, and this is perpendicular. You need to understand that this is perpendicular. Although दिख नहीं रहा है, but ये 3D plane में है. Try to understand, ये 3D plane है. बस थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होगी. You will understand. You will understand. You will understand slowly, slowly, slowly. Is it clear? This is in 3D plane, and let us say this point to be C. Let us say this point to be named as C. Let us say this to be named as C. Now, Very, very important part. This point is D. Can you say AD is equal to, देखो AD अपनी चिप है ना, AD चिप है अपनी, है कि नहीं है? AD is chip or not? Because if I am going to cut, this is the width of AD, so you will write it as chip thickness. Chip thickness. But एक small छोटा सा concept है that you need to understand. There is a very small concept that you need to understand. ठीक है, I'll come back to this diagram. या फिर ये भी छोड़ो, एक रैंडमली समझते हैं, यहां पे समझो. देखो, सपोज this is a part, this is normally you can say a metallic part, and the width is 4. If you cut it from between, it will come into 2 parts. बहुत ध्यान से समझना, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत मजेदार, and you will really feel the topic here, why it is happening, because people don't understand why I am writing all these things, what are these angles, everything will be explained to you guys. Have patience, ठीक है, have patience. Just a second यार, बस बियर मार लूं. देखो, now it will be divided into 2 parts, and now if I ask you what are these values, you will obviously say sir 2 and 2. ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही है, क्या दिक्कत है? But now I will explain you after making the bond diagram. You also draw it along with me, it will be clear to you. Now please try to understand, जब ये division नहीं हुआ है तो everything is bond is between each and every atom. ठीक है, मॉलिक्यूल आप एटम जो भी लेना हो, बॉन्ड इज देयर इज अ बॉन्ड. नाउ you try to understand this thing, when you cut it from this plane, the bond between second row and third row, is broken. ठीक है, दिख रहा है सर? वो तो क्या नई चीज है? What is new in that, sir? It will be broken. The bond between the second row of atom and third row of atom will be broken. But now you need to understand, the atoms present here, they don't have any like backing up. You can say there is no restriction of movement in the downward direction because there is no bond. ठीक है, ये सारे जो सेकेंड लेयर ऑफ एटम थी ये जो सेकेंड लेयर ऑफ एटम है, this second layer of atom or third layer of atom, now the second layer can move down easily because there is no bond. Similarly, third row can move in the upward direction because कोई bond ही नहीं है. So that is why when you actually find out the thickness, it will be 2.1 and 2.1. They expand a bit. Why they expand? Now you know that also. ठीक है, why they expand? Because there is no restriction. पहले तो bond है, अब ये इधर मूव करने की कोशिश करेगा, but there is a bond. But when you break this bond, the second row can easily move downwards. थर्ड रो कैन इजीली मूव अपवर्ड्स, रिलैक्स होता है ना, घर पे मम्मी पापा नहीं, आप फैल जाते हो, क्या दिक्कत है, जो करना है कर रहे हैं, कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, ठीक है, किसी का कोई लोड नहीं है। तो जैसे ही आपके ऊपर से प्रेशर हटता है या आपके ऊपर से कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स हटता है, इफ देयर इज रिलीज ऑफ प्रेशर and if there is release of any external pressure, for example you take yourself and your parents are putting pressure on you, you will perform in their according to their will, but as soon as they leave the town or as soon as they went to some relatives place, you expand yourself, you can call your friends, chill out, you can call your girlfriend, ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं, but why? Because there is no pressure. When there is no pressure, when there is no external force, you expand, your molecules also expand, you need to understand that, and that is why the thickness of the chip when it is attached to the workpiece is T1, but when it gets cut it expands and becomes T2, it expands and becomes T2, it expands and becomes T2. Is it clear? So if you actually see this, this is your chip. This is your chip that is coming out. This is your chip that is coming out. But if you actually measure this thickness, it will not be T1. It will be T2. This will be T2. Okay? So now you understand that this is AD is nothing but T1 and this is T2. So can you say AD is nothing but uncut chip thickness? Can you say that? Yes. AD is nothing but T1. And if I ask you about T2, can you say this is after cut या फिर cut chip thickness? अरे कह सकते हो कि नहीं यार, पार्टिसिपेट करो, समझ में नहीं आता नहीं तो फिर cut chip thickness. So there are two terms, T1 and T2. There are two terms, T1 and T2. ठीक है? And you understand two other terms, phi and alpha. Phi and alpha. Phi is the shear angle and alpha, or you can say alpha B भी लिख सकते हो, मैं alpha ही लिख रहा हूं for ease, back rake angle. Back rake angle. Back rake angle. Back rake angle. ठीक है? Now if you take triangle ADO, I am taking the triangle ADO. What you will say about sin phi? Sin phi is equal to perpendicular AD by OA. AD is nothing but T1 divided by OA. Divided by OA. From here you will get the value of OA is equal to T1 by sin phi. T1 by sin phi. Similarly, very important part, very important part. If I take triangle AOC, if I take the triangle AOC, if I take the triangle AOC, if I take, nahin, OA is not that thing, yaar, you need to understand, OA is not T2, T2 अलग direction में है, वो अभी दिख रहा है आपको, but OA and T2 they are not equal, OA and T2 they are not equal, you have to understand that, OA and T2 they are not equal, OA and T2 they are not equal, you have to understand that. ठीक है? अब देखो, if this angle is alpha, this angle is phi, please understand, this angle is alpha, this angle is phi, what will be this angle? What will be this white angle? ध्यान से समझना, 3D में है तो शायद confusion हो सकता है, but I am there, we will understand and then only we will move forward, don't worry. What is this angle? White color वाला जो angle है, इसकी क्या value होगी? White color वाला जो angle है, उसकी क्या value होगी? Can you say it to be 90 minus alpha? 90 minus phi? Can you say this angle to be 90 minus phi? यस सर, बिल्कुल कह सकते हैं, क्यों नहीं कह सकते। 90 minus 5, can you say this angle to be 90 minus 5? Can you say this angle to be 90 minus 5? Yes sir. अब can you say angle AOC? एंगल AOC कितना होगा? दिस होल एंगल, अगर मैं बात करूं एंगल AOC, तो ये पूरा एंगल कितना होगा? ये पूरा एंगल 90 माइनस 5 प्लस अल्फा, 90 माइनस 5 प्लस अल्फा, 90 माइनस 5 प्लस अल्फा, 90 माइनस 5 प्लस अल्फा। सब चीजें बताएंगे थोड़ा धीरे धीरे यार, आराम से, बिकॉज मेटल कटिंग में अगर आपने शुरू में ज्यादा टाइम दे दिया, इफ यू इन्वेस्ट लाइक टाइम एट द अर्ली स्टेजेस, इफ यू इन्वेस्ट टाइम एट अर्ली स्टेजेस, इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू टू गेट द थिंग्स क्लियर एट वंस। ठीक है, एंगल AOC इज व्हाट? एंगल AOC इज व्हाट? एंगल AOC is 90 minus 5 plus alpha. 90 minus 5 plus alpha. 90 minus 5 plus alpha. And this angle is 90 degree. So if I ask you, what is sine of 90 minus 5 plus alpha? What is the value of sine of this angle? Perpendicular. Now the perpendicular is this यार, you need to understand, थोड़ा 3D में you need to imagine। मैंने यहाँ perpendicular का साइन बनाया ना, तो AC is perpendicular, AC is actually perpendicular, आपको ये चीज समझनी पड़ेगी। ठीक है, you need to understand that। So what is this thing? What is this thing? You need to understand करो, जल्दी बताओ साइन का वैल्यू क्या होगा? Sine is if this is 90 degree, the angle opposite, the you can say side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse. So OA is hypotenuse। आप इस फिगर को अभी ऐसा देख रहे हैं, ठीक है, लेकिन आप इसको थोड़ा सा टिल्ट कीजिए, सारी चीजों को रिमूव करिए, यू रिमूव ऑल द थिंग, try to take OAC in this plane, in horizontal plane, try to take OAC in horizontal plane, try to take OAC in horizontal plane। आपकी स्क्रीन पे नहीं है, दिस इज नॉट ऑन योर स्क्रीन, दिस इज परपेंडिकुलर टू योर स्क्रीन। ठीक है, इस प्लेन में है, सो दैट इज व्हाई दिस इज इक्वल टू AC divided by OA। and what is AC? AC is nothing but T2। ठीक है, AC is nothing but T2, इसलिए मैं डायग्राम नहीं बना रहा था T2 वाला, बिकॉज इट गेट कंफ्यूज, यू गेट कंफ्यूजन। एक काम करते हैं, इसको हटाते हैं पहले, तो थोड़ा इजी होगा आपके लिए। You know that chip is going, that is fine। ठीक है, नाउ आप नॉर्मली इमेजिन करिए कि क्या है ये। ठीक है, क्या है ये? बस AC is your T2, just know that AC is your T2। तो कैन यू से फ्रॉम दिस इक्वेशन OA is equal to AC is nothing but T2, that is cut chip thickness, divided by sine of 90 minus 5 plus alpha, sine of 90 minus 5 plus alpha। Now I equate both the terms, T1 by sine phi is equal to T2 by sine of 90 minus 5 plus alpha। Now students, you need to understand, sine of 90 minus theta is what? Sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta। I hope you remember all these trigonometric values, so you just rearrange it। T1 by T2 is equal to sine phi divided by sine 90 minus theta is what? Cos theta। So cos of phi minus alpha, cos of phi minus alpha, cos of phi minus alpha, cos of phi minus alpha। क्या हो गया भाई, दिक्कत कहाँ है? दिक्कत कहाँ आ रही है, मुझे तो नहीं समझ रहा। cos of phi minus alpha, and now let us say that T1 by T2 is equal to R। T1 by T2 is equal to R, uncut chip thickness by cut chip thickness। So obviously after expansion After cutting, the product expands. So obviously T2 is greater than T1. So this value is less than 1. Always remember that the chip thickness ratio, this is known as chip thickness ratio. This is less than 1. Always remember it, T1 by T2. T1 by T2. Okay? So what we did, reciprocate kar lo. So this is 1 by R cos phi cos alpha plus sin phi sin alpha. Cos phi cos alpha plus sin phi sin alpha divided by sin phi. सिंपल, वेरी सिंपल, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. 1 बाय आर cos phi बाय sin phi क्या हो गया, cot phi cos alpha, cot phi cos alpha plus sin alpha, cot phi cos alpha plus sin alpha, cot phi cos alpha plus sin alpha. ठीक है. And now very simple, cot phi can be written as 1 upon tan phi. One upon tan phi. So you rearrange. So simple. 1 upon tan phi. So tan phi is equal to r cos alpha plus r tan phi sin alpha. You take tan phi sin alpha. You take पाई प्लस अल्फा. क्यों होगा, पाई प्लस अल्फा नहीं होगा. You take this value on the left hand side and take out the tan phi common. Tan phi आपने कॉमन निकाला तो ये हो गया 1 माइनस आर साइन अल्फा is equal to r cos alpha. And from here you get the value. From here you get a very important relationship. Tan phi is equal to r cos alpha upon 1 minus r sin alpha. R cos alpha upon 1 minus r sin alpha. And this is the most important of VIMP relationship. ठीक है. And कई फैकल्टीज इसको श्री गणेश फॉर्मूला भी बोलती हैं. Why this is known as श्री गणेश फॉर्मूला? Because every metal cutting problem will be starting with this formula only. Because अल्फा, देखो अगर आप टूल सिग्नेचर पे जाओ, from tool signature you know the value of, if I give you the tool, better you have to use this tool. Understand, try to feel what is happening, guys. What is happening? You try to feel. If I am giving you this tool, you know the value of back rake angle. From the tool signature obviously you will get the value. अच्छा, back rake angle is this. What is the amount of chip you need to remove? That is dependent upon your product. So now you know the value of R, you know the value of alpha. You can automatically calculate the value of phi, because all the complete analysis or complete force, power and energy analysis, depend upon the value of phi. So that is why we have to start with the value of phi using the tool. देखो, from where alpha will come? From the tool itself, because you will get the tool. अच्छा, I have to use this tool to perform the machining. Now using this tool you automatically got the value of alpha, automatically you have the value of r, automatically you have the value of alpha, automatically phi माइनस अल्फा ही होगा. आप एक बार चेक करिए हिमाद्री, phi माइनस अल्फा ही होगा. नहीं, अगर गलत होता ना तो ये रिलेशनशिप आता नहीं. If that relationship, that answer would have been wrong ना, तो this fixed formula won't have come, because कहीं ना कहीं हम फंस जाते. But since we have got this formula, I think that everything we took was absolutely right. So please remember this formula. This is the beginning of analysis. This is the beginning of analysis. This is the beginning of analysis. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now second, देखो बहुत सिंपल सी चीज है. मटेरियल वॉल्यूम before cut is equal to material volume आफ्टर कटिंग. जितना मटेरियल काटने के पहले है उतना ही मटेरियल दो पार्ट्स में भी हो गया, बट वॉल्यूम तो सेम रहेगी. यस और नो? सो कैन यू राइट लेंथ into width into thickness is equal to length into width 2 into thickness 2. Can you say this thing? Can you say this thing? Material before cut is equal to material after cut. Material before cut is equal to material after cut. And now, very, very important, there is an assumption. What we are assuming that there is no change in width. There is no change in width. That is W1 is equal to W2. ये assumption है. तो जैसे ही W1 is equal to W2 किया, this value and this value goes off. And can you write this as T1 by T2 is equal to L2 by L1? Yes, यही तो relationship बचेगा. And you know T1 by T2 is equal to R, and this value is less than 1. 1 से छोटी होती है ये value. Yes or no? 1 से छोटी होती है value. So that is why from here you can say that L2 is less than L1. That is, आपकी thickness बढ़ रही है but आपकी length कम हो रही है. Always remember this, your length is reducing. ठीक है, ये concept लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता है. Most of you will know this thing that okay, T2 is greater than T1. But suppose certainly in exam if this comes up, that what is the you can say weightage of length, you need to know that the final length is lesser than the initial length. Very, very important. Length decreases. This is an important relationship. Please remember it. This is an important. No, width, actually see, to make our analysis simpler, we have taken width to be constant. That is why I am saying this is an assumption. Analysis के लिए मैंने एक assumption लिया है और ये सारी books लेती है. Because अगर आप width को ले आएंगे, it would be very complicated analysis. At your level, at GATE and ESE level, you keep width to be constant. ठीक है, you keep width to be constant. Is it clear? Is this thing clear? Now, अगर मैं बोलूं what is the value of length of shear plane, अगर मैं बोलूं what is the value of length of shear plane, you will come to know why I am talking about length of shear plane. You will absolutely come to know. You will absolutely come to know why I am talking about length of shear plane. सर ये क्या बकवास बीच में length of shear plane ले आया? लेंथ कौन नापता है सर? प्लेन की लेंथ कौन नापता है? But yes, we have to measure it. See, length of shear plane. सर पहले ये बताओ shear plane है कौन सा? So जो OA वाला पार्ट है ना, this is your shear plane. If you actually see this part, अगर आप इसका 3D डायग्राम बनाएंगे तो it will go something like this. It will go something like this. So this plane is your shear plane. This plane with the red color, you can say, this is your shear plane. Slant वाला पार्ट जो इस तरीके का एक प्लेन होता है ना, about which the cutting is taking place, this is my shear plane. And if I am talking about length of shear plane, what it will be equal to? If I am talking about length of shear plane, what it is equal to? If I am talking about length of shear plane, what it is equal to? Can you say this thing that length of shear plane? देखो ये तो width हो गई, तो OA will be length, OA will be length, OA will be length. Yes or no? OA विल बी लेंथ, लेंथ ऑफ शेयर प्लेन क्या होगा, OA मैंने लेंथ माना है एंड सपोज ये है A डैश, so AA dash is your width, AA dash is your width of shear plane and OA is the length, and if I want to calculate the area, can you say it will be OA into AA dash, OA into AA dash, yes or no, yes or no, yes sir. So length of shear plane क्या होगी, please pay attention. What will be equal to length of shear plane OA? तो हमने तो निकाल ही लिया यार, OA की वैल्यू सिंपल T1 by sin phi होती है. This is the first thing we calculated, T1 by sin phi. So the length of shear plane OA is equal to T1 divided by sin phi. T1 divided by sin phi. T1 divided by sin phi. अब fourth thing, if I ask you, what is area of shear plane? What is area of shear plane? So can you say this thing OA into width? Can you say length into width? तो आपका area आ जाएगा. Yes or no? So OA is nothing T1 by sin phi into width. Please remember it. What is the area of shear plane? WT1 by sin phi. ठीक है, मैं इसको सिंपल करके लिख दे रहा हूं, WT1 by sin phi. W dot T1 by sin phi. W dot T1 by sin phi. W dot T1 by sin phi. This is your area of shear plane. And fifth, देखो अब जो भी हम आगे करेंगे, whatever we are going to move forward, before that you need to understand a small part. Before that you need to understand a small part here. ये वाला डायग्राम सबको याद है? Everyone remember this diagram? Everyone remember this diagram? Everyone remember this diagram? So can you say this thing? Can you say this thing, that total energy required, because if you need to do the cutting, you should know, if you need to do the cutting, you should know what is the total energy required. It is equal to energy required to break the bond plus energy required to overcome friction. Now you know that if I calculate this energy and this energy, automatically I can get the original energy. Automatically I can get the original energy of what is the total energy required. So energy क्या होता है? Force into velocity होता है. Can you say this part is equal to nothing but shear force into shear velocity? Slowly you will get it. Slowly you will get it. But थोड़ा बहुत idea लग रहा है. Can you say this? Shear force into shear velocity, and similarly energy required to overcome friction is equal to frictional force into frictional velocity. क्या होता है? Velocity of the chip, velocity with which the chip is moving. So if you add both these values, you will get the total energy. Yes or no? This formula is clear to everyone or not? This formula is clear to everyone or not? So that is why we need to calculate Fs and Ff. We need to calculate Fs and Ff, Vs and velocity of chip. तो ये चार चीजें अगर मैंने कैलकुलेट कर ली तो टोटल एनर्जी आ जाएगी मेरे पास. टोटल एनर्जी आ जाएगी मेरे पास. यार मुझे ये नहीं समझ में आता, मेटल कटिंग चल रहा है, आप वेल्डिंग का टॉपिक क्यों बीच में ले आते हो? Why you are bringing the topic of welding in between? इतना मस्त मेटल कटिंग पूरे फ्लो के साथ चल रहा है. आपको समझ में आया कि 1 घंटा हो चुका है? 1 घंटा कितना? 1 घंटा क्या, मोर देन 1 hour, 75 मिनट से हम पढ़ रहे हैं. हैव यू रियलाइज दैट 75 मिनट्स निकल चुके हैं? थक गया हूं यार मैं भी, मतलब पूरा रिदम टूट जाता है यार. All your doubt please ask at the end yaar, please ask at the end. Now very simple thing, very simple thing, you need to understand it, you need to understand it, you need to understand it. ठीक है. अब अगर मैं बात करूं, अगर इसके बाद मैं बात करूं shear force की, shear force that is acting along the shear plane. Shear force acting along the shear plane. Shear force acting along shear plane. तो ये shear force क्या होता है? Shear stress into area. Shear stress is tau s, that is fixed depending upon the material. So tau s is tau s. But what is the area of the plane on which shear force is acting? खुद देखो. You try to go up this slide. You try to go up this slide. Okay, ये जो A dash OC CO वाली slide है ना, this is your shear plane. This is your shear plane. This is your shear plane. So now shear force is acting in this direction. So sorry, shear stress is acting. And now can you tell me this thing? What is the shear force? Stress into area. Stress into area. What is area? WT1 by sin phi. WT1 by sin phi. WT1 by sin phi. WT1 by sin phi. Is this thing clear? इस पॉइंट तक किसी को कोई दिक्कत है? I am open to the doubts. Please let me know if you are having any issue till this point. Anyone is having any doubt till this point? Anyone having any doubt till this point? Please let me know. Because then I will start half an hour more. ठीक है, आधे घंटे का और लेक्चर लूंगा मैं आज. फीलिंग से भरा मेरा दिल, तेरा टोटी वाला दिल. लेंथ ऑफ शेयर प्लेन. ठीक है कुणाल, is this shear plane visible to you? A dash CO, this is your shear plane. Assume it in this particular manner. ये 3D डायग्राम बन गया, 2D से 3D हो गया. ये वाला जो सरफेस है ये मशीन हो चुका है. दिस इज योर शेयर प्लेन. दिस इज योर शेयर प्लेन. नाउ यूजुअली क्या होता है, आई एम, अरे यार I am taking this to be width. Usually I take this as width. If this is width, this will be the width of shear plane. So automatically can I say this is the length of shear plane? This is point O, this is point A. So can you say OA is the length of shear plane? Can you say OA is the length of shear plane? Because this is AA dash. AA dash is the width of shear plane. So obviously you can say AO is the length of shear plane. Is it clear? फार्मर्स बिल पे मेरे व्यू दे दूंगा, मैं जरूर दूंगा. Anubhav Jain, I have already told you that there is a video that I will be sharing on the Telegram channel. There you will get the reality of ORS system and then we can discuss, because it is very difficult for you to teach on directly on like YouTube पे मैं directly video integrate नहीं कर सकता because copyright issue हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, and that is why I'll be sharing that video. You can go through that video. You will be having a lot of clarity, a lot of clarity. मैं बता सकता हूं आपको बहुत ज्यादा क्लियरिटी आएगी. जस्ट हैव पेशेंस, आई विल शेयर. ठीक है, नाउ लेट मी स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट हाफ. एनीवन हैविंग एनी अदर डाउट? अच्छा, पुराने बच्चे भी हैं. नेफेक्स वाला सॉन्ग, स्ट्रगल वाला, स्ट्रगल, माई सेल्फ, grateful, then best of me, these are some of the very good songs. मैं आजकल कौन सा सुन रहा था यार? आजकल अपना फेवरेट ये चल रहा है. आजकल थोड़ा पंजाबी फ्लेवर चल रहा है. और कोई डाउट तो नहीं है ना? हाँ, which system is generally used? So as far as GATE and ESE is concerned, you will be getting the question from ASA system. Okay, Ayush, you will be getting the question from ASA system. हाँ, AOC triangle is in horizontal. Your laptop screen, your phone screen is like this, and now AOC जो है वो इस प्लेन पे है. तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो ये लाइन है ना आपको दिख नहीं रही है, दैट इज परपेंडिकुलर. AC इज परपेंडिकुलर ऑन द टूल सरफेस. AC इज परपेंडिकुलर ऑन द टूल सरफेस. AC इज परपेंडिकुलर ऑन द टूल सरफेस. एज 19. देखो एक चीज यार, मतलब मेरा पूरा फंडा ही है पता, दैट although manufacturing you can learn, but you should learn how to lead a healthy life. You should learn how to be motivated every day. You should have confidence in yourself. You should, देखो, with practice everything can be done. That I particularly believe in. I don't know about you people, but मैंने बताया ना, अगर मैं प्रैक्टिस करूँ तो मैं तेंदुलकर जैसा अच्छा खेलने लग सकता हूँ, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. उतना अगर मुझे प्रैक्टिस करने का जुनून होना चाहिए. जो टैलेंट है ना, टैलेंट इज नॉट बॉर्न. ठीक है, टैलेंट इज बेसिकली मेड. द डिटर्मिनेशन, कॉन्फिडेंस, ये चीजें आपके आप मतलब यू लर्न दीज थिंग्स, एंड वाइल यू आर लर्निंग दीज थिंग्स ना, while you are learning these things you will realize that you have changed your personality a lot. ठीक है, बहुत ज्यादा पर्सनालिटी में चेंज आता है. यू हैव टू बी काम, कंपोज, कॉन्फिडेंट, यू शुड नो हाउ टू टॉक टू पीपल. ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है दैट आई पर्टिकुलरली बिलीव इन. एंड अगर मेरी मतलब हो सकता है कई लोगों को ये गलत लग जाए. वंडर, इनसाइड, आइडियाज. हाँ, मैं क्या बता रहा था, कई लोगों को ये चीज गलत लग सकती है. आई नो दैट many of you will disagree, but I particularly believe in that only 30% of knowledge is actually that is going to work in your favor. But if you are having a strong personality, if you are having a strong personality, ठीक है, that is something which differentiates you. And पता है मेरा motivation मतलब why I want to, what is the thing that I want to work in future for, this is एक बहुत सिंपल सा इंसिडेंट मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Usually when foreigners comes to India, I hope you guys are not getting bored. No, there is no such video. That might be possible that I have not taken the class. That is why we have made that video private. That's it. So एक बहुत छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल बताता हूँ. Usually when foreigners comes to India, we treat them like, oh, they are educated and like they have a inferiority complex. Believe it or not, मुंह चलाने के लिए सब चला देंगे, अरे बाबा ऐसा थोड़ी, अपन भी बाप है, ठीक है. But at the end of the day, we all know that there is some inferiority complex in us, ठीक है. When we try to talk to them, ठीक है, we try to praise them up, यार कितना सही है, ये है वो है. Why Indian people are having, why India is having such low confidence, such low motivation, such low, you can say, why there is so much of inferiority complex? Because yes, English people have ruled on us. Obviously, they have made us in such a way that we start feeling inferior to them. ये हमें बनाया गया है. And now, if there is something that I really like to work on, is the confidence of Indian people. हमें motivated और confident रहने की जरूरत है. ठीक है, जब किसी कोई इंडियन को बाहर के लोग देखें, they should get impressed by us. Oh, what a personality! Like, what is the thing? What is the charm that this guy or that girl is carrying? ठीक है, I really want to work in that particular arena. आपको ये चीज समझनी पड़ेगी कि इंडियंस में जो सबसे ज्यादा दिक्कत है ना, वो है कॉन्फिडेंस की दिक्कत. हम कॉन्फिडेंट है ही नहीं, हमें इतने लो फील करते हैं हम खुद को हम इतना कमजोर एंड इतना बेवकूफ समझते हैं एज कंपेयर टू अदर्स. एंड सिर्फ फॉरेनर्स की बात नहीं करूंगा, मैं इंडियंस की बात करूंगा. अमंगस्ट अस आल्सो देयर इज अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस बिटवीन द सोसाइटीज. ठीक है, देयर इज अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस ऑफ कास्ट डिफरेंसेस एंड ऑल. बट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, इफ यू आर डेवलपिंग योर पर्सनैलिटी ना, you will grow like anything. That is one thing I know. Whether you belong to any religion, any caste, any community, any country, one thing that will differentiate you throughout your career is your personality, is the way you are taking the things. ठीक है, अगर कोई फेलियर है, how you are taking that failure, that is much more important rather than, देखो हर बार आप सही नहीं होगे, every time you can't be right, every time you cannot be successful, but yes, how you are treating your failure, that is much more important than anything else. ठीक है, so that is why have patience, value the people around you, develop a positive attitude of yours. You should be the one जिससे लोग खिंचें. समझ में आया? अगर आपकी पॉजिटिव पर्सनालिटी है, you are having the positive vibes, people will get attracted to you. You guys don't understand that how difficult the situation is after college. ठीक है, you will realize that people are tense, they are having stress, workload, family life, a lot of things are there. ठीक है, a lot of things are there. But now if you can be that guy who can make them relax, who can give them the positive attitude, who can make them feel better, that is your real success. You will get success. यार पढ़ाई से ज्यादा पर्सनालिटी पे ध्यान दो, मैं अभी भी बोल रहा हूँ. That is my opinion. Many people, मतलब you might be disagreeing with me, but that is my particular opinion. क्या बोल रहे हो? फिनिक्स बता दूंगा यार मैं. कंपटीशन बढ़ाना है, कंपटीशंस के लिए आएंगे. वाह भाई, थैंक यू बिट्टू. चलो, लेट अस कंटिन्यू विद द लेक्चर देन. चलो, सो नाउ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मन है पढ़ने का कि नहीं? नहीं, मैं तो पढ़ाऊंगा भाई, 5 दिन छोड़ दिया था ना ऐसे. चलो, कम ऑन गाइस, कम ऑन. हाफ एन आवर मोर लेक्चर, हाफ एन आवर. नाउ you know two types of energies are required. One to break the bond, second to overcome the friction. First one to break the bond, second one to overcome the friction. Okay, but how you are going to give it? आप कटोरी में लेके जाओगे, you will take it in a bowl and give it to the metal cutting or the job workpiece. Beta, this is the energy, take it. How you are going to give the energy? Guys, come on, tell me how you are going to give the energy. How you will be giving the energy? Are you going to, how will you supply energy? That you can supply only with the help of force and velocity. So now Fs, Vs, Ff, Vc are the results of what? Of the force that we are applying. So we will we will apply this force Fc. ठीक है, अच्छा इसको अभी छोड़ देते हैं. ठीक है, you guys understood this thing. Let us give the heading merchant circle. Please give the heading. Please like the video if you are coming now. ठीक है, वीडियो लाइक कर देना थोड़ा बहुत. अच्छा लगता है यार वीडियो पे लाइक मिलते हैं तो, किसको अच्छा नहीं लगता. एंड प्लीज शेयर द वीडियो इफ यू कैन. गिव द हेडिंग मर्चेंट्स सर्कल. गिव द हेडिंग मर्चेंट्स सर्कल. ठीक है, और आप इसको प्यार से क्या बुला सकते हो? सर्कल ऑफ फोर्सेस. Circle of forces. Circle of forces. Circle of forces. Now you need to understand this thing. Very important. Very, very important. I don't want any nuisance in my class. And please pay attention and stick to the topic. Please. Please try to understand this thing. This is your workpiece. Till this point I have already cut. Okay, now please pay attention. My tool will move in this direction. With the help of machine, it is connected to a machine. So machine is applying the force, cutting force Fc in this direction. Yes or no? If everyone is clear, please stick to the topic. समझ में आया? Fc is in this direction. Fc is in this direction. Obviously यार मैं अपना cutting tool है, मैं आड़ा टेढ़ा नहीं चला रहा हूं. I am just moving my tool in the horizontal direction. I am just moving my tool in this direction. I am just moving my tool in this direction. Now when my tool is at these positions, this part will be removed. This part will be removed. This part will be removed. Yes or no? Now, agar you just take an apple and try to cut it. You just take an apple and try to cut it from top or from mid or from bottom. You will realize that when you are cutting it from bottom, it is the most difficult part. Do you know why? Because you are applying the force in this direction. But suppose you are cutting it from here. Now this part is putting the weight in this direction. Is it clear? So tool पे जो एक force है, machine is applying the force on the tool in horizontal direction. But the weight of the material that is getting removed is applying a perpendicular force. So it looks like this. So that is why there will be a force in perpendicular downward direction. We call it Ft, या फिर प्यार से इसको क्या बुलाएंगे? Thrust force. Thrust force. What is Fc? Fc is nothing but cutting force. Is this thing clear to all of you? Is this thing clear to all of you? Cutting force and thrust force. Absolutely clear. Absolutely clear. Machine, yeah, current lag gaya yaar baba. Machine is applying the force Fc only. Remember, machine is applying the force Fc, that too in horizontal direction. And now I am giving energy. Machine is what? My source of providing energy. Machine क्या है? Machine is nothing but my source of providing energy. एंड हाउ मच एनर्जी आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग, एनर्जी कितनी मैं प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूं, फोर्स इंटू वेलोसिटी with which this tool is moving in the horizontal direction. Can you say this is the energy that I am providing? Fc into V cutting, Fc into V cutting, Fc into V cutting is the energy I am providing with the help of tool. Now this energy is getting utilized in two parts. One part will go to break the bond, that is shear energy. And another part, Ff, frictional force into velocity of chip, this will go into frictional energy. Is it clear? So the energy that I am providing, is cutting force into cutting velocity. VC को कटिंग से कंफ्यूज मत कर जाना, ये चिप वाला VC है, याद रखना, नहीं तो चिप ही लिख लो, ज्यादा दिक्कत है तो. Is it clear? Now the energy I am providing is utilized in shear energy and frictional energy. Simple. The energy I am providing is Fc into V cutting, but it is getting into two parts. It is getting segregated into two parts. I am only giving Fc. Fs, Vs, Ff, V chip, all these things are generated due to the energy I am giving. मैं अगर काट रहा हूं, if I am doing the metal cutting, these things will generate. These are the forces that will generate automatically. Is it clear? I am not providing Fs. I am not providing frictional force. Is it clear? Is this thing clear? Now, please note it down some values. Cutting force Fc. It acts in direction of cutting and it is provided due to machine, और मोटर लिख लो. It acts perpendicular to cutting direction. It acts perpendicular to cutting direction. No, Vivek Kumar Soni, that is not true, because there are other forces as well. You will see all the forces. But सिर्फ दो force नहीं होते, और भी force generate होते हैं. Just have patience, you will get everything. It acts perpendicular to the cutting direction and is generated due to weight of chip. वेट ऑफ चिप लिख सकते हो ना आप, जो उसके ऊपर चिप है उसके वेट की वजह से थ्रस्ट फोर्स इज गेटिंग जनरेटेड. ठीक है, थ्रस्ट फोर्स इज गेटिंग जनरेटेड. सो नाउ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, आई एम स्टार्टिंग विद द मर्चेंट सर्कल. आई डोंट वांट एनी न्यूसेंस, प्लीज पे अटेंशन. सो अगर मैं बोलना चाहूं, दिस इज माय Fc, चला फॉर्मूला if I actually say this is my cutting force Fc and this is in the downward direction is my thrust force Ft. Is it clear? Fc and Ft. Now, very important. ठीक है, no doubts, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Now, can you say one thing that there will be a shear force somewhere in this direction? There will be a shear force somewhere in this direction, and there no force occurs alone. ठीक है? So there will be a perpendicular force as well. ठीक है? There will be a perpendicular force. Let us say that this is Fs and this force is Ns. Is Ns, ठीक है, normal shear force. Fs is the shear force and Ns is the normal shear force आप ले सकते हो. And absolutely one thing that the resultant is this. Resultant तो एक fixed ही है, चाहे कोई भी आप force ले लो, resultant will be fixed. Resultant will be fixed. Resultant will be fixed. Is it clear? Is this thing clear? Is this thing clear? Let us name them up now. Let us say that this is point A, this is point A, this is point D, this is point C, this is point B. ठीक है? And now, why I have drawn this? What is my objective? My objective is to calculate the value of Fs and Ns. Because I am applying Fc, now very important, why I am doing this? To calculate Fs and Ns, and I need to calculate Ff and Nf also, that I will tell you. But what is the objective? What is the objective, guys? What is the objective? What is the objective? What is the objective, guys? To calculate Fs and Ns. Because देखो, Fc is applied by me, Ft is applied by the chip, that I can easily calculate with the weight of chip. So Fc and Ft we have. लिख लो यहाँ पे. What is given to you? Practically देखोगे तो Fc is provided by machine, that you know, and Ft is provided by the chip, the amount of chip that we can calculate using volume into density, weight of chip, that is Ft. ठीक है? Now, let us start with the video. Let us start. खत्म करने का समय आ गया, but फिर भी let us start. I require space here. Now, please pay attention, guys. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. मैं इसको थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड कर रहा हूं. किसी को कोई दिक्कत है अगर मैंने ये 90 डिग्री बना दिया तो? Is anyone having any issue if I am making this 90 degree? I don't think you should be having any issue. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. मैंने इस पॉइंट का नाम रखा E. This is point number E. And similarly, at the same time, I have dropped a perpendicular from here. This is also 90 degree. This is also 90 degree. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. This is also 90 degree. We all know this angle is, क्या हो रहा है? This angle is phi. This angle is phi. Now, दिस एंगल इज 90 डिग्री बिकॉज टू फोर्सेज आर परपेंडिकुलर, तभी तो उसको हॉरिजॉन्टल और उसमें वो किया है हमने, क्या क्या बोलते हैं उसको, रिजॉल्व किया है. इफ दिस इज 5, दिस इज 90, this will be equal to 90 minus 5, this will be equal to 90 minus 5, vertically opposite angle, vertically opposite angle, vertically opposite angle, 90 minus 5. If this is 90 minus 5, this angle will be equal to 5. आप इसको वर्टिकली मतलब ऑल्टरनेट एंगल से भी लिख सकते थे इसको. This is 5. If this is 5, this will be 90 minus 5 and hence this will be equal to 5. 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 And now very important, this point is known as G. This point is known as G. Now if I need to calculate Fs, suppose let us calculate Fs. ये मेरा पैड सही नहीं चल रहा है. Fs, ठीक है, let us calculate Fs. If I am asking you Fs, can you say Fs is nothing but equal to AD? Can you say this is equal to AD? Can you say this is equal to AD? Yes, you can say. Fs क्या है? Fs is nothing but AD. हो रहा है, कुछ दिक्कत आ रही है दोस्तों. चलो ठीक है, कोई नहीं. Fs is equal to AD. Fs is equal to AD. Now AD can be written as AE minus ED. Obviously it can be written as AE minus ED. AE minus ED. AD can be written as AE minus ED. ये पूरा AE है. This is E, this is A. तो AE minus ED. And now AE ED can be written as BG because ED and BG are equal. ED and BG are equal. So now my job is to calculate AE and BG. AE and BG. So let us take the triangle ABE. What is the value? Let us take the triangle ABE. What is the value of cos phi? What is the value of cos phi? Cos phi कितना होगा? Base is AE divided by AB. So can you write AE is equal to AB cos phi? Can you write AE is equal to AB cos phi? बिल्कुल. But AB क्या है? AB is nothing but FC. FC तो बनाया था ना मैंने AB को. AB is nothing but FC. तो FC cos phi. AE is nothing but FC cos phi. Similarly, let us take the triangle BCG and in BCG take the value sin phi. ये छोटा ट्राइंगल है ना BCG, ये छोटा ट्राइंगल है BCG, इसमें लो sin phi. Sin phi. So what is the value of sin phi? Sin phi is equal to BG divided by BC. BG divided by BC. Now can you write BG is equal to BC? What is BC? What is BC? BC is nothing but FT. BC is nothing but FT. FT sin phi. FT sin phi. So do you have the value of AE? Yes sir. FC cos phi minus FT sin phi. Is it clear? Now you got the value. Phi you have calculated using that Sri Ganesh formula. Phi you have already calculated using that formula. Phi you have already calculated using that formula. FC you are applying with the help of machine, so that you know. FT is because of the weight, that also you know. So all the three quantities FC, FT, phi are known to you. Now you can calculate the value of NS. Yes, you can calculate the value of NS. You can calculate the value of NS. So this is your homework. Using logic, using logic, using logic, calculate the value of NS. बिल्कुल सिंपल है, कुछ नहीं है. NS is CD. CD can be written as CG plus GD. CD can be written as CG plus GD. GD can be written as BE. तो CG और BE की वैल्यू को आप ऐड करोगे तो you get NS. BE you can find out from the बड़ा triangle. CG you can find out from the small triangle. Try it. Tomorrow I will give the solution. Don't worry. So thank you guys. I hope that we are done for the day. मैं भी थक गया हूँ आज. ठीक है. So before ending, let me tell you something about Plus course. If you are really liking the video, you can join us on the Plus platform. There we are having the live classes, crash course, rank improvement batch, where we are solving a lot of questions. Then English and Hindi medium both will be used. Separate lectures are there. GATE के अलग, PI के अलग, mechanical के अलग. Specific doubt clearing session is there. Weekly tests are there. So yes, the amount that you are going to pay for Plus is much less as compared to the content that you will be getting. Now many people will ask that why YouTube sir, on YouTube you are teaching, why on Unacademy? Because beta, you need to understand that teaching is not the only thing. You need to practice, you need to be continuously motivated, you have to get the personal guidance. So that is why there is an Iconic platform. I know that you, most of you know about this Iconic थिंग. आइकॉनिक में कुछ नहीं होता है, आपको एक पर्सनल कोच मिलता है. आप समझिए कि एक बंदा आपकी पूरी स्ट्रैटेजी डिजाइन करेगा. इफ यू आर फीलिंग लो, वी विल ट्राई टू हेल्प यू आउट इन योर लो टाइम्स. वी विल ट्राई टू हेल्प यू आउट like in guiding your preparation, whatever is your preparation, we will help you out in tracking your progress. ठीक है. So that is why Iconic is much more better thing. You need to understand that. But then again, many people feel why we need to pay. देखो, there is something extra, that is why Plus is there. You smart people will understand automatically. ठीक है. Now how you can take Plus small guide, that go to your app, select GATE and ESE, click on get subscription. ठीक है. Don't select this 1 to 6 month, only select 12 months or 24 months. Okay, and apply the code. There will be an option to apply the code. Apply the code Prakhar21. Apply the code Prakhar21. You will automatically get the value what is the charge for your 1-year course and what is the charge for your 2-year course. ठीक है. And then obviously you can have an EMI. Just before processing the final payment, check that whether the code is applied or not, and whether you are having the right amount that you require to pay or not. अब तो ये 22,000 नहीं है, it becomes costly. ठीक है. Please do like us on Facebook, on Telegram, and this is our official Telegram channel, Unacademy ME Gate. ठीक है. तो टाइनी URL है. इसके अलावा मैं बता चुका हूँ, these are all the channels that we are currently running. And for mechanical and PI people, you are having this one channel, MEPI XC. Then Unacademy Gate questions is there, and yes, engineering foundation. Don't take these channels lightly, because gate questions आपको practice करने हैं. And I don't think that there is no one single platform where in free you will be getting the complete 20 years of gate solution. We are trying our best to provide you 20 years of solution. ठीक है. मैं गारंटी तो खैर किसी चीज की नहीं होती है, but yes, we are trying our best to provide you 20 years of solution. ठीक है. So yes, 20 years of solution, you will realize what are the different types of questions that are actually asked in the examination. And yes, स्वागत कर लो यार हमारा. अब तो क्या है स्वागत, क्या अब तो सब बराबर ही है अपन लोग. Any other doubt, please? If you are having any doubt, please let me know. If you are having any doubt, please let me know. स्वागत कर लो यार हमारा. I hope you have enjoyed today's lecture, yaar. E at 90 degree. कहाँ पे E at 90 डिग्री है? प्लीज पोस्ट योर डाउट, तो मुझे भी आइडिया लग जाए कितना टाइम लगने वाला है मुझे। आ जाओ अंदर बोल। कहाँ यार बताओ? डू लाइक द वीडियो यार, दोज हु हैव नॉट लाइक द वीडियो प्लीज डू लाइक द वीडियो। हाँ, what is your doubt? Yes, there is an 90 degree at E. This is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. So all these angles will be 90 degree. So BEGD is a rectangle. What is your doubt? I'm not able to get your doubt, Kunal. No, we have not assumed it. We have drawn a line BE we draw this line BE which was parallel to CD. We have drawn this line that BE is parallel to CD. हमने जानबूझ के ऐसी लाइन बनाई है and we have extended this line EA, AE, AE, AD has been extended to AE. Is it clear? So that is how automatically ये perpendicular 90 degree आ जाएगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. This will be 90 degree only. We have not assumed it. It will be 90 degree. It is just that I am extending the line, so automatically it will be 90 degree. Anyone having any other doubt? कोई भी doubt हो यार पूछ लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. If you are having any doubt from your college or like industrial or mathematics, I will try to at least guide you where you can get the right answer. चलो, I think that thank you so much. कॉलेज के लिए इंटर्नशिप्स प्लीज ड्रॉप योर रिज्यूमे ऑन माई email ID prakharme21. I'll try to get you some internships, don't worry. By the way, in which college you are, Kunal? Chalo, I think that we are done for the day. Tomorrow we will continue from this part only. Okay, thank you guys, all the best. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Please share it with others as well. And if you have liked the video, please leave a comment also. एक कमेंट जरूर छोड़ के जाना ताकि बाकी लोग जो आए वो इस वीडियो को देख के एटलीस्ट समझ सकें कि क्या हुआ है इस वीडियो में. इज इट क्लियर? सो दैट इज वाई थैंक यू ऑल फॉर योर लव एंड सपोर्ट. अच्छा 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 कुणाल, आई डिडंट न्यू योर सरनेम यार. आई डिडंट न्यू योर सरनेम. अरे तुम क्या करोगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बढ़िया चलने दो. ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्री खमरिया से करो, व्हीकल फैक्ट्री, ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्री, गन कैरेज फैक्ट्री, GIF, रेलवेज. और कहाँ इंटर्नशिप में लगे हो यार, छोड़ो हटाओ. थैंक यू एंड ऑल द बेस्ट. होप यू हैव एंजॉयड द लेक्चर. थैंक यू.